Hello, welcome to Country Stitchers. I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Deb.
We are stitching today.
Yes.
Oh goodness, I just dropped
Welcome, Floss friends.
Yes, welcome. Deb,
What?
I dumped out my boo-boo stick somewhere.
Oh,
So if you see it, pick it up.
okay. All right.
That's weird.
I'll look for it then.
We're on a search of everything Liz has set down and can't find today. It's not going well, but the area is small we have to search for. The grid is small. We'll find it. It's just,
It's a fun game.
picked it up and I must have turned this upside down and it
I'll show you what I'm working on first, and then we'll
doesn't
show
have a
Liz
lid.
what she's working on. I pulled out my hometown holiday series to work on, and I'll just show you what I have so far. So I started with I think this was the Sweet Shop. And I am doing mine in a row, kind of like, an old street kind of town. Then I have the bookstore and the coffee shop. I did not put anything in that window yet. I still have to decide what to do. Then I just finished the hometown diner. And now I'm working on what will be... Oh, I don't have it here. The toy store, I think is what it is. And then I still have the needlework shop to do. And I'm not sure if I'll add anything else to this one or not, because I will have a little bit more fabric that I could possibly get one more on there. But I did some more trees here that are not part of the pattern. I just wanted to, fill this area in with some trees. And so these are just long stitches here on this tree. And I wanted them to kind of look layered. And then I did another, oh yeah, help me out, Liz. What do you call those? Why can't I think of what kind of tree that is?
Oh, birch tree.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm thinking
Deb has not
stitches.
slept very much, Liz.
What's the birch tree stitch, Liz?
Stuck another birch tree here. Just like I did back here, next to this building. So that is coming along. This is a lot of fun. And I added a lot of backstitch. Well, I add a lot of backstitching to every one that I do. The pattern doesn't call for it, but I really like how it kind of emphasizes things. So that's what I'm working on. Oh my gosh.
I am working on my Santa's chair today, only I'm actually unworking my Santa's chair. I'll show you because it bears explanation, I guess.
Want me to hold it?
Yeah, I'll just flip her around. When I got this, actually video 33, I think it is.
Can I see okay?
I first showed this. It's a Needlepoint Now pattern, and it's by Miss Schaefer, and it's Cheryl Schaefer's chair, and it came from the Needlepoint Now magazine, and the stitch guide's in it, and everything. It's great. The issue of Needlepoint Now for this, if you want the stitch guide and look at it, is March, April 2013, volume 15, number 2. That's this issue. But the canvas was painted so that you would use your gold work and your, I think it's Fry Works, but down in here at the tassel end of this little blanket, I guess, on the back of Santa's chair, runner. And so they also have it marked in gold to stitch there, but on the finished piece they put a green tassel that hangs off the edge of this little runner. So I was leaving it open to stitch it the way they painted it, and then I realized I really don't think I want to do that. I'm going to pull these stitches out, just fill in that section, and then hang the tassel on top of it. I think that'll give it a nicer finish look.
I do too. I like that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm busy working on, is
Now,
pulling
do
it
you
apart.
want to explain? You want to explain the lines
unique striping on
that are going through here for the people? Because don't you want to know?
Okay. Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome.
Let me take over here. I was stitching the other night, and we had dinner, and I had taken my tray out, and I always stitch. My recliner is next to a small table. Rick actually just finished the table off for me, and it was an old piece of furniture that was here when we moved in, and he refinished it for me, and it looks really great with my other mission table that's in there, or shaker table. So
Yes.
I had my stitching there, my stand sits there, and my little scissor fob holder and everything else. And I had taken our dinner trays out, and Rick hollered from the kitchen, Liz, do you want the last bit of wine that's in this glass out here yet? And I said, no. And I thought, you know what? It might be nice. So I said, yeah, you know what? I'll finish it. Go ahead, bring it in. So he brought it in. He set it down on the corner of the table. All well and good. Well, in July, when we had our cookout, I got some of that throwaway dinnerware, and it included little stem glasses for wine if somebody wanted it, and they weigh nothing. In fact, I don't think they weigh as much as those little cases you get your gumballs in out of the machines. I think those weigh more than the cup.
Yep.
So it's sitting there, and I happen to bump it. Well, underneath the table is my galvanized bin that holds needle minders, whatever I want to put on the outside, and then my project bags. And I was working on this piece, and I had it in its project bag next to the chair, and I bumped this glass, and it spilled the wine, and I looked, and it had run over the edge of the table. So I looked down, and it was dripping onto this canvas that was sitting there vertically in the project bag. So I jumped up, took it to the kitchen, started blotting it, and then I got out a little bit of soapy water and took it over it. I mean, I worked really hard. It did not stay on the synthetic threads at all. They're fine. And the canvas, it didn't change the pattern. And the only thing that happened is fortunately I left it on the frame. So even though it got moist, it stretched it and kept it in its shape. So I was good to go on all that area. Got back, sat down, looked down to pick up my stuff, and I realized I could see some moisture under my stand, and I thought, oh, I need to finish cleaning this up. Picked up the stand. It had run under the stand, but then I realized it had run down through the boards and onto the rug next to the chair. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, the slats on the table. That's right. It had gone down through those under the stand, into the galvanized bin where the other project bags were, and into the bag that this had been in. And then I noticed it had also gotten on the rug. Deb said, did it get on the rug? I said, yeah, Rick asked me that too. And I said, I don't care about the rug. I care about my stitching. I said, so here I am. I'm pulling the galvanized bin out. I'm cleaning out the bottom. I'm looking in each project bag. I'm making sure nothing's on that. Anyway, it was like 45 minutes of stitch time I lost trying to get the mess cleaned up I created. I couldn't believe I did it.
Man.
So, consequently.
That's awful. But at least nothing was
still salvageable.
permanently.
No,
you know.
I'm grateful for that. But that was not a fun evening.
No.
And it didn't help any that it was witnessed. If that happens when you're by yourself, you can sweep it sort of under the rug, no pun intended, but when it's witnessed, and Rick was there for the whole thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I just put on my magnifiers. Video 30 is the Magna Clip video. If you want to see us talk about these on Gadget Corner and know where to get them, and in the description.
Yes.
So
yes.
people email about that,
Yeah.
and that's the source of these and information for them.
And I am working on my mini Potoky stand in dark wood.
And I'm working on an M1 in, oh my goodness, I can't remember the color code on this one, but it's one of the 3 wood colors. And then the bottom of my stand is still next to my my current scene of the crimes chair out in the living room, but it holds needlework. And then for those of you who are new to our channel or maybe started viewing us recently, we have a contest with our subscribers right now. And we always do a subscriber tribute during our videos, our normal format videos, where we give away something to our viewers as a thank you, our subscribers. And we decided to, once we started investigating stands and we got these to work on, Deb and I even tried each other's stands out to see how they worked. And we wanted to share this manufacturer, Potoky, with you. And we're going to give away another mini
in green,
and then an organizer box, which is, I think, more of an ivory. And this is just beautiful. Here, I can rid you of that one. And, oh, the beauty of these, just a quick demo, is that you can actually carry these with you. They're not heavy. In fact, I showed this to someone the other day. They picked it up expecting it to be heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's very, very reasonable for travel.
But your stitching box has plenty of compartments. Lots and lots of fun compartments in it. So it can hold all of your stitching goodies.
Yes.
And like Liz said, in a couple of our past videos, we go through in detail about all of these.
Yes. I think it was the first video of September. You'll see the actual beginning of the contest where we describe everything, but the rules and the outline for that is in the description box to this video and our previous videos up to the point where we introduced the stands to you. So check out the description, look at the products that Potoky has to offer, and we think you'll be just as thrilled as we are, or we wouldn't be introducing them to you if we didn't.
Yeah.
That's what this channel is all about. Deb and I enjoy our needlework immensely, and we have such a wonderful time with that and our friendship, and so you get to come along for that part of our journey.
Yes.
Everything needlework.
Yes. So make sure you join in on that fun, because that's going to be a wonderful gift to get.
It will. And the opportunity for enrollment ends right before the holidays, so you might even have a holiday prize.
Yes.
It got quiet because if you hear noise, my husband is mowing.
It's so funny. She was just letting him know, well, we're getting ready to start our video. Oh, okay, I'm going to go mow the grass.
Only a guy would
right
do that.
outside the window.
Yep. I'm going to be mowing right around the corner of your craft room. No sweat.
That's funny. I mean, it's already, like, here when we're filming this, it's about 2 in the afternoon. I've been here since this morning.
Yep.
Has he mowed yet?
Nope.
No.
Nope. We had lunch though, didn't we? We meet our basic needs.
That's funny.
Yep. He was very proud of the fact though that he had seen to all of Ivan's needs. That was the one thing I'd asked him to do. And it's funny. Guys and women think so differently.
Thank you to everyone for your sweet comments for McKenna and Connor getting engaged. It is very exciting and very, we've been like knee deep in wedding planning since that moment. So this is like the most amount of stitching.
Yes.
I really have not had any stitching time at all. In fact, oh my gosh, who was it that left a comment? It made me laugh. She said, now that I'm going to be so busy planning a wedding, maybe she could borrow my Potoky stand. Why?
You won't need that.
Since I won't have time to stitch.
That's funny right there.
That was cute.
Well, part of my job as the friend of the mother of the bride is to see that she gets stitching time. That's my job.
Please.
I have appointed myself that
What was
role.
that commercial, Calgon, Take Me Away?
Yes.
So be like, Liz, take me away.
Yes.
No, we actually have gotten a lot done because, oh, I forgot to tell you this part. She picked a date, and it's June 12th, like this coming June. So we only have 8 months, and while that's an okay amount of time.
You can almost make a baby in 8 months, Deb.
Stop.
You got more than enough time.
But with the pandemic and everything that happened, a lot of things that have to do with weddings have been postponed and set back, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we just wanted to get some of the larger commitment. We wanted to make sure we had commitments from some of the larger things that we needed to line up for this wedding done and
They gotta
out
have
of the way.
ticket items, right?
Yes, so we have they're going to get married the same place they got engaged, and that's where Connor works on the farm, and it's going to be outside by the pond. And so it's a beautiful...
The ring bearer is Hank.
Oh my gosh. That would be so cute.
Wouldn't that be funny if he walked down the aisle with the ring pillow tied to him?
Kind of. I mean, unless he decided to go to the bathroom. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, there's some things you don't have control over,
and he'd
right?
be saying hi to everybody on the way
Yes,
up.
he would.
So, and his tail would be hitting everybody. I mean, probably not a good idea. But, so we did get that out of the way. So we have the venue and we have the photographer because she wanted a specific photographer, and we have her. And the tables and chairs and the tent, because we want to make sure that just in case of bad weather. And we'll have all the tables set up in the tent for eating. So it's coming along. Oh, we got the guest list finished. And they got the bridal party picked out. So we've done a lot.
I think what's going to be the best part is when you guys go sample all the things that people might be making for it when you decide on the menu, because that's the good part, right?
Yeah.
Trying it all out.
And we're going to go dress shopping on Saturday, so that'll be fun.
Yep.
So,
Do they still do that? Like, or do they just figure you should know what things taste like by now?
You can still sample cakes and stuff like that, but see, they don't want cake. They don't want a wedding cake.
Okay.
So they want to
Twinkies?
Yeah. Little Debbie's.
Rick and I were Rick and I actually talked about after the service we were going to have 2 barrels. One on one side filled with icing bottles of Coke and one on the other side filled with Twinkies. And we were
No,
going
I
to say
thought
thanks.
you were going to say Oreos.
No Twinkies. We were going to say thanks for coming. Grab a Coke and a Twinkie on your way out. We got to get on with the honeymoon. We're out of here. Bye.
Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to choose.
I'll doubt she'll settle for Twinkies.
She might settle for Oreos.
Yeah, especially if the flavor's right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They need to have like a wedding cake Oreo.
Yeah. Oh, somebody will do that. You watch. Where did you get your cake?
She wants ice cream.
Ah.
She wants we're gonna look into maybe getting an actual ice cream truck.
Okay.
To come. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
Maybe. So I don't know. We'll see. We're just kind of throwing around some ideas and stuff. But
Neat.
yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys get your cake from like a private cake maker, or did you guys?
I had a client that came into the shop. She was she went to Wilton School of Cake, and she made beautiful cakes, and so that's who did our wedding cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, when we were getting married, I've left everything I came in here to stitch with. My needle.
What do you need now?
My laying tool's missing too. I just haven't. I disconnected something in my head when we walked through the door.
Day.
Watch when I get up.
Do you want me to
I'm probably sitting on them.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to look on the floor?
Nah.
You sure?
They're around.
Okay.
The 2 of them. I didn't set them on the table next to you,
So
did
I found the case for it.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. It fell out because I lost the top of the case.
Oh.
And I stuck it somewhere.
Ah.
And I
It's
can't
not
find
under
it.
here. It didn't roll under here.
Don't think so.
That'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would.
Oh.
But
All right.
see, it was stuck in here right side up, but then I picked this up off the table next to you.
Yeah.
And I think somewhere between there and here,
Okay.
it fell out.
Oh, and
But
Liz is stitching from a table today with her
Yes,
stand.
I
And
am.
I just set mine on my lap. Because we did have some questions about that.
So my mother-in-law, she moves here from up in northern Pennsylvania with her. No, they came up from North Carolina. That's right. Rick came down from northern Pennsylvania. But she knows one person in all of Lancaster County when she gets here, right? And that person makes wedding cakes. Can you believe that?
Really?
I mean, I don't know how she knew about this woman. I think she went to a function at her church and they did a cake and she fell in love with it. And so she said, Dad and I'll take care of the cake. We know who we want to get it from. She does beautiful things. You got to see it. So we got kind of down to the wire and we had to go taste the cake and see the cake. And we go in and she has up some displays of different finishing that she can do on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think those are like fake, but they're there to look at. And we liked this look that looked like a woven basket sort of look.
Yeah.
And so we said we'd like that on the outside. And we wanted a red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. I love that. So that's what we did. But she did a cake that I think the cake was, Mom was figuring, we'd have, I don't remember how many people she thought. But it wasn't very big. It might have had a main layer and then 2 layers above that and it was square. So
okay.
It wasn't super big.
Yeah.
Well, we ended up with close to 200 people at the wedding because we didn't do individual invitations. Rick was a pastor at the church, and we just invited the people at the church to attend our wedding ceremony.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We had no idea how many people. 200 people between relatives and the people at the church who showed up. And that cake was I don't even think we got the top tier of it.
I was just going to ask you
I
that.
think
yeah.
they ate the whole doggone thing. But that was good because we went away anyway for our honeymoon. And,
Well, and honestly, after a year of it being in the freezer,
yes.
seriously,
I actually do think we had one for the freezer because you know what she did? She made a little thing that was like identical to the top tier that she had for us to stick away.
Oh,
but
nice.
still, you're right. It was.
We got ours out after a year.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was. We didn't even. Even as it defrosted, it looked pathetic. So it was like, yeah. But it's a nice idea.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it was amazing to me. I don't think we paid. Well, my mother-in-law, I think she got that cake for. It was under $100.
Oof, times have changed.
Yeah, I mean, and for somebody to do that in their own home, I would have thought that the cost would have been more expensive than a large bakery, you know.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. I was really surprised. But it was delicious. I will say it was an awesome cake. But that's a neat idea, because people can choose different flavors. I assume. If you get a truck like that.
What, for ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And they'll probably have something else, too, obviously, other than ice cream, but...
Well, you know they're going to have Oreos now, because I'm
yeah, right. Sure. Let's just have a big dessert bar.
There you go.
Heck with dinner. Oh, my.
I am glad that I'm using this sort of satin stitch on here that makes this go a little bit easier.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see that put together.
I know. And I would like to finish it myself. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going to go that way.
Yeah.
But that'll be a little tricky.
Yeah, definitely.
Here that needs worked on.
We had a comment in our last video. Someone wanted to know, because we were in my craft room. We were in Liz's craft room this time. There was a framed piece behind me that looked like it had like a quilted look to it, and she wanted to know what pattern that was. That is called a Mother's Prayer quilt, and I don't know the designer offhand. I can't think. I stitched that when I was pregnant with Logan.
And was that a kit?
I think so,
Yeah.
because
I think we looked into that once.
I think it's stitched on Ada, and I think that everything came together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the threads and the Ada and the pattern, and I'm not sure if maybe it was from a catalog or
I was going to say, I think it was in the stitchery, wasn't it?
It might have been.
I think I remember seeing it.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. But that's
or
a pretty one.
Keepsake Needleworks or something.
Yeah. Oh, and I had a couple people ask what color I used to backstitch the birds on Coming to America. I'm pretty sure it was 647 DMC. I think that's the number that's in our... It's one of the called for colors, I'm pretty sure. So, that's what I used. I gotta get that one back out and work on that, too. It's just... I gotta do that during the day because of the count.
And I would love to be working feverishly on mine, but the thing is, I have these two projects that I really would like to get done by Christmas. This one and my Lizzie Kate.
Yeah, you just, you know.
So I keep pulling these out. But I have pulled out some smaller things. Oh my gosh. I have. Go ahead.
What? Were you going to share some stuff? Because I pulled out some things too this morning before we got together. I don't know, just some fall things that I have, you know, on my shelf at home, and so I brought them to show you because I'm not sure. I might start one of them, or a couple of them, or none of them. Who knows? It's a good thing I'm just not indecisive or anything, huh?
It has to be beneficial to have a friend who works at a needlework shop, don't you think? I mean, if it's not... You got that message really quick, didn't you? So,
why? What's going on?
Well, I brought us something to work on for fall because I thought, you know what,
did?
it would be fun. These were...
Oh my gosh! That is so cool. I just saw this on her Instagram.
Yes.
I love it.
So, this is by Kathy Haberman. It's
Aww,
a pillow.
so cute.
It's a free pattern.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And it's, I don't know if it's downloadable, but this one came through the shop. Okay, so it says permission to the shops to copy and distribute.
Okay.
And it may be kitted. Well, It wasn't. It was just the pattern when I picked it up, but I kitted it for us.
I love it.
So I got us the large and medium-sized candy corns.
That is so cool.
And then I got us a new color for our stash called Clockwork.
Oh.
I don't have that. I didn't think you did.
No, and that's a beautiful orange.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
So
that's pretty.
The other two I have
Cool.
in my stash, which are oatmeal and gold leaf. So I figured you probably did too.
Okay.
That's
you.
the oatmeal.
Thanks.
And
I like the oatmeal white.
I wasn't sure.
This reminds me of grits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And shaker white is my absolute
That's
favorite.
your white, yeah. And I like that one too. Oh, wow.
This is what I picked up at the shop yesterday. I thought that was
awesome.
cute.
Yeah.
But then I pulled out of my stash these other browns.
I love this. This is awesome.
So I'm not real sure.
This is so me. I love that color.
And that gold one will be pretty too.
Yes. Or this one right here. That's really
that
pretty.
probably better than the gold because we've
pretty.
got the gold.
That's really
So this is from my stash, but I didn't know what you had in your stash too. So
nice. I don't have any of this brown. I like that a lot.
So I'll pick up some more of this tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I'll get it cut twice the size because then we'll fold it and do a pillow.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in cutting it into little squares.
No,
unless you want to put a fabric on the back.
Yeah, I'll just put a fabric on the back.
Okay.
Don't worry about getting more of this.
Well, then will you pick me out some fabric?
yeah, we'll just use something I have at home.
All right.
For the back, okay?
Okay, good.
Yeah, but what is this called, though?
That is chocolate something, chocolate world or chocolate. I will
of course
check
it has
it
the
out.
name chocolate.
I know, and I didn't write it on the
so
tag
pretty.
when I cut it yesterday.
I love that color.
But I will find it.
I don't know if it's coming through very well with our light
It's
here
very
today,
pretty
but
brown.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kathy, thank you. We have a little pillow to work on now.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, okay. I got to show you something I got in the mail. So I got the Hirschner's catalog, the latest one that came out, and there was a coupon in there. It said any item in the catalog 40% off. So I just started looked through the charts first, and then I got to the middle section of the catalog where they have all their like stitching, what do you call them? Just accessories, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. And I saw this tote. And I loved it. I fell in love with it right away.
Isn't this cool?
It's quilted and it has a big
Every
pocket
time
here.
you say it's quilted, do you know what goes through my head?
Quilted Northern.
Yes!
I knew it.
That is the toilet paper I like. But every time I hear the jingle for
you could get a lot of toilet paper in here. And it has pockets on the sides, like all the way around, right? It's huge. I did not realize it would be quite this large. And then it does snap, has nice size handles.
I like the handles.
Yeah. You can get it just the big bag, or you can get a 3-piece set, which you get this little one, and you get this nice size project bag also, which is quilted and has a nice lining inside. But I was looking at it because Liz and I have those caddies, that we have shown before.
Right here.
And
example of caddies.
Oh, there you go. And I wanted something to kind of slide my caddy down into and to be able to hold some other things when we would go places. And I was just so impressed when I got it with not only the workmanship, but the size. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
I like the batting in there.
Yeah.
It's like a foam.
It's nice.
Yeah, I like that.
And so you can get just the big bag, and I think it's like $30, or you can get all 3 pieces for $39.97. And I thought, well, that counts as one, so I get 40% off of that because it's a combo.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up paying $34 for all 3 of these, and that was with shipping and tax and everything.
And you only got one.
Well, then I showed up here today, and I was telling...
With it!
Yes, and I was showing
everything
Liz.
fit in this bag, by the way. Everything. Her tote bag with her stitching, her frame.
Everything.
Her purse. Her everything.
And then some room. I mean, it's awesome. It is. I'm very, very happy with it. Yeah, it's really cool. So Liz was on the phone ordering one right away.
I did. And the thing was,
that's awesome.
I had just gotten the catalog.
Yes.
And I had been cleaning the craft room out, and I know you hear me say that a lot, but what it is with my limitations, I can only do so much rooting and organizing and replacing things. And what I did in the closet, Deb hasn't seen yet.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to show her. But it involved over my head stuff, which is not something I do very easily. And so after getting all that reorganized, then she comes over and she says this, and then she tells me where she got it. And I remembered seeing the catalog, but trash day was this morning. And I remember tossing a Hirschner's catalog in the trash. And I went, oh my word, I just got rid of my invitation to a 40% off bag set. So I actually was on the phone with them, and they were very kind, and I did order one, but it was like, then while we're setting up the video, I find the catalog.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I thought, I didn't throw it away after all. Now I don't feel like I was quite that ignorant, but.
Oh, I mean, that's easy to do. I've done that before. But I just wanted to show you in case you're interested. I mean, I'm extremely happy with how it looks and the size of it and everything. So anyway, if you're interested and you need something like that, get a hold of Hirschner's.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, she mentioned caddy. Excuse me. They have the best price for these caddies that I've seen. They're $7.99. And they're the 8 compartment caddies.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in combining those two products, that would be a good choice. I mean, $7.99. We found them nowhere cheaper than that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so that was my fun find. But I wanted to show you some of the patterns I chose from
I remember when you got
that.
I
know, from my stash at home. I pulled this one out. It's called Halloween in Quilt, and it is by who's this by?
Curry. This name right here is an Italian designer. Oh. It's the top.
Oh, okay.
That's her name, but or the name of the shop. But
okay,
you should probably be better off to hold it up and let people see
I will. But I just didn't. Well, I can't say that.
I can't do that.
But look how cute this is. And I don't do tons of Halloween stuff. I like Halloween, but I like to stitch fall because I can just leave it out for a lot longer. But this is just too darn cute. That is just awesome. Love that one. So hopefully you can see the name of it there. And then it is called Halloween in Quilt. That is so cute. Then you've seen this one before because I picked this up, I don't remember when. Teresa Koga, and it's called Halloween March.
Oh, I love
this
that
is
one.
the cross-stitch version. I think she also has it in punch needle. But it's so super cute. And what I'm going to do is, like, this whole dark black area here is supposed to be stitched. Like, this is full coverage here. But I've chosen a fabric, and it's like a very, 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 sorry, it's still in the fabric, but it's really, or plastic. It's really dark brown, like really dark brown. And I'm going to stitch everything, but because it's on that fabric, I won't have to stitch any of this dark background. I'm just going to leave that just regular fabric. So that's cute. And then this one's not really terribly fall-ish, but it just kind of spoke to me this morning when I was looking through my patterns, and it's by Kingsland, and it's called Stagsleep. And it's just real simple, pretty, you know, has some fun stitches in it. They actually used 2 different linens here and then joined the linen. For this pattern, I don't really care for that look. I like this darker linen here, and I'm just going to do it all in this, more of this color linen. But the colors are so pretty, and I like that size too. It's smaller. And then this piece, I think I am actually going to start this one this year. When Liz and I went to, was this our second time? Yeah, 'cause it was 2010, right? The second time we went to the Jamboree?
Yes.
Or Jubilee, sorry.
Yes.
The Stitching Jubilee. This was the commemorative sampler for that retreat in 2010. So Liz, for my birthday, had got me the fabric, the threads needed, the beads, everything for it. So it is completely kitted up, and it's just such a beautiful fall pattern. I have no idea if you can find this anywhere.
Let's start with Stony Creek.
I would start with Stony, yeah, definitely start with Stony Creek, but
their pattern. So.
It is so, so, so pretty.
It is, and every year it gets to be fall, and I pull that out and look at it. And every time I get into my accessory bin and I see the the thread and accessory kit that I got us.
Yeah.
I look at that and I go, oh,
So pretty.
I should start this. And then
I
I
know.
don't. What fabric do you have?
Well,
for
I was
that?
just going to say, I love the fabric. That's why I really want to start it, because it's different.
I don't think I bought the fabric.
I mean, it reminds me of like that raw natural, but it's a little darker even.
What's it say on the bag?
It doesn't. It just says specialty materials kit, take time. But did
Oh.
the fabric, did I buy the fabric or did it come with it?
I think you must have bought it because I don't think I had the fabric.
Yeah.
For that.
Let me see what it calls for.
But yeah, I think you're right. If you don't have something directly from them, that fabric is really close to that other natural.
Yeah.
I just realized I'm off a thread on this stitch and I don't know where I dropped it.
Oh no.
So I think we better check it.
Well,
Not seeing it.
now I have to pull the whole thing out. But this is really,
You know,
really
you
good.
might have bought that while we were walking around too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you bought me the accessories kit.
Yep.
For my
I remember
birthday.
going back downstairs
Yeah.
and picking
Yeah.
that up.
So, but it's so pretty.
That was the year we stayed overnight there.
That was the year that I missed most of it
Yeah,
because I got the worst migraine.
you did.
And I was in bed. Well, and Liz, she felt so bad, but it's like, no, please go enjoy yourself. I mean, I knew I couldn't attend, but that was awful.
And the thing was,
oh my gosh, that was terrible.
what happened was, we decided we were going to stay this year together. It wouldn't be our first away retreat, and we got the room, but her house had blown up, and she'd been living in a condo while all of it was being renovated. And this was supposed to be a break for her to get away and have some downtime, and this headache came on.
I know.
And it was so, I felt so bad.
That was an awful one. That was one that, oh, that was awful.
We ended up deciding that we were gonna, did we skip one class and I got the kits for us?
Oh, I didn't make it at all. I
Yeah.
didn't make it. The
That's
only
right.
thing I made it to was a little bit of the walking around
That's
the
right. We did get down
the
there.
vendor mall
Yep.
for a tiny bit
We
the
did.
last day. That was
Yep.
it. I missed it all.
So we ended up just saying, you know what? This room is a great room. Let's enjoy the night and stitch. And so we did, and that was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice to have each other's company.
Yes. Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was definitely the start of many to come.
And then this next pattern, I pulled this out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. It is from October 2015. But I think this is so pretty. That floral arrangement with the pumpkins down there, it's so different. That's beautiful. But again, I pick all these large patterns.
That looks
Isn't that
like
pretty.
That looks like the pumpkins by
I know.
Cross-Eyed Cricket.
It does in a way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
I ran across that pattern the other day thinking, why do I never remember to pick this out when
Yeah.
I'm doing fall stuff?
Now look at this one because, okay, so that came out of Just Cross Stitch magazine. What did this one come out of?
That's the same one.
No.
Oh.
No, see, that's what I was going to show them. Look how similar these look.
Is it this?
You know?
Let me see the back side. Is this a series?
This one's called
Because this is fall hydrangeas and white pumpkins.
and this one is hydrangeas and roses.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
But look how similar. Okay, so I just showed you this one.
If you hang them together, that'd be cool.
And yeah. Or two pillows or something.
Mhm.
Then this is the other one.
I don't think I ever
Yeah,
saw
see,
those.
look. Isn't that
Well,
pretty?
I must have seen them because I got the magazine all through that time period.
Yeah, isn't that, they're beautiful. So, and I completely forgot that I had taken these out of the magazine. Really pretty. And then I found this one called Afternoon at the Farm, which I think is fun. This was Cross Stitch and Needlework, and it was the November 2013 issue. But I just thought that was really pretty. Again, it's huge. Well, I mean, lots of stitching. I need to find little patterns.
While you're
But look
doing
at all the
that,
pumpkins
somebody
and the
asked me.
field and the chickens and the barn. That's awesome looking. And I have another bell pull. This one is also from Stony Creek, and it is called Autumn. The other one I have at home is Autumn, but this is a completely different design. So if I wanted to stitch that one, again, I could. And again, that's by Stony Creek, so you would have to get a hold of Stony Creek. This was in the spring 2015 collection from that magazine. So anyway, I just thought some of those were really pretty, and Liz and I are getting ready to go away together to the beach for a little bit with some friends, and so I want to take some new things and, you know, start some things.
I can't decide yet. Somebody asked me which magazine I had looked at on our last video, and it was the Just Cross Stitch magazine. This one was the June 2020 Just Cross Stitch. That's where I was showing those 3 patterns from. The little barnyard guys. I cannot decide what I want to stitch. That's part of why I got through this process the last couple of weeks of going through my kits and my project bag, and because I want to decide what do I want to take, and it hasn't clarified anything yet.
I know. But if we have an absolute awful problem when we're there, then we just go to the store and buy something new.
I know. That's kind of my thought was, well, if I don't take anything new to start, I can always go find something new to start.
Yeah. Although I have to be careful because we have a wedding to plan, so I have to be on a stitching diet.
A stitching diet.
I call it a diet because it won't last. So, but it'll last for a while. Oops, there goes my. Oh, Debbie, she reminded me of something when we were talking about how we did the little discussion of how we start and stop our threads. We also completely forgot, she was talking about the loop method. You know, she was like, are you talking 1 or 2 threads? But also a lot of people like to use the loop method, which we do that too, especially if you're using DMC, you know, and you need 2 strands, then you can just fold your DMC and put that through your needle, and then just put your needle through your loop on the back of your fabric, and that locks in your thread. So that was good of her to remind us of that. And Candace, she said she saw that Monopoly pattern at a thrift store.
That didn't surprise me.
Yeah. But she didn't say if she bought it or not.
Well, I had a person leave a comment, and of course I don't know where my notebook is yet either. You know, I think it's a whole bag of stuff I said.
I think so. You're going to find everything all together at once.
Notebook, boo-boo stick, everything. I must have just, maybe I actually set it in the bathroom when I walked in there.
Gosh.
Set it all down. Anyway. This comment was on my discussion about the counting pins, and I showed the border on the Monopoly board. That's what I was discussing at the time about how helpful it would be. And she shared something that one of her stitching friends do, which I thought was clever. And if you stitch this way, it's great. But she stitches half stitches all the way down and comes back. And she suggested that this friend of hers does 9 half stitches, 1 full stitch for the 10th, then 9 half stitches, 1 full stitch for the 20th. Yes.
That's clever.
So anytime you have long sessions of stitching that you need to count, that's a perfect tool to do it.
Awesome.
You could do it the other way too. You could stitch full stitches and leave a half.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great way to mark it.
Yep.
And I started working on something. I have one finished, but I'm not going to show it today, but I have another one started. I mentioned in my video that I had bought some kits from Luminarius, or Luminaris, I forget exactly how they pronounce it. And they are just wonderful. And after I showed the Penny Rug Needlebook stuff a long time ago, the kit that I had gotten out, I was looking at Floss Tube the other day, and Teresa with Shakespeare Peddlers designed a pin cushion that she calls a penny pin cushion. Anyway, she did little circles on the top of this little pin cushion that have 2 colors in them, like the old penny rugs. And I thought that was funny that we both were thinking about that penny rug concept at the same time.
That's neat.
So that company is where I got these little kits from that did that needle book with the 2 penny rug circles. And this is the one I was thinking I would get it done last night, but I just got the basic little snowflakes
so
added
cute.
to it. But this is the tree pattern. And now all I have to do is just buttonhole stitch around the outside. It's already got the little section of batting tucked inside of it. And I use
Cute.
these little wonder clips. I love them.
Yes, they're wonderful.
They are wonderful. Wonderful. These tiny ones. When I first got these for Deb and I had seen them online and I went shopping and I found them in almost in bulk. Remember, Deb? I got the box of 50 of them. And then we had those between us. And then Sarah started putting them into our project treat bags on our retreats at the Jamboree. And we added like 3 or 4 more cards of 10. But she also mixed it up with the sizes. So we ended up getting 2 really large ones one time in our project bag. And then she threw in these mini ones that are perfect for finishing work. I love them.
And then remember, I had gotten us those really big ones.
Yes. And
at a quilt store one time.
Yep. So
they're great.
actually, the blue ones I have are the ones that came from Sarah. I don't think you got 2 sets of those big ones.
I did.
What do they look like?
Yeah, where's your bin? Where's your
Mine are just blue.
Oh, that's back there.
Yeah. Are you talking about the purple ones? Are they purple?
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
I got 4 purple ones that are really big.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
4
I
or
think
6.
those. I think
Are those the ones?
I think
okay.
so. They're really
okay,
big.
I know what you
think
mean
so.
now. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so now we have what, like
Lots.
4
different.
sizes.
Oh gosh, yeah, at least.
And then you got me
Yeah.
the sewing ones.
Yep. Oh yeah.
For Christmas.
That's right. You can sew over those. Yeah.
And they have a flat metal top to them.
Yeah.
Those are nice. They're not Wonder Clips. They have another name by a different company, but they're
just as wonderful.
they're wonderful too. Yes. Share the wonder.
We need some like oh crap clips.
All right, so I pulled out.
Oh, and thank you. Someone yelled at me for putting the needle in my mouth.
Did you do that again?
But she yelled nicely. It
Did she?
was nice, yeah. And I think she works in healthcare, so
Ah.
I know I need to stop that. I will, however, always be a thread licker. Sorry, that's just how it is. But I gotta stop putting that needle in my mouth because I know it's wrong to do. So thanks for caring. I shall try.
You can have that job. You can yell at her.
Just yell nicely, please. Hurt my feelings.
So I've tried to decide on our getaway because we're actually looking forward to this. This will be the first one since February when we went away because our other ones were obviously canceled. And I was thinking, should I just take one project that I really just want to work away at and get really, really into?
There is no way. There is no way you would do that. There is no way.
I'm going to think that way.
Well, I dare you.
I can tell you that even the thought of doing that is making me lose sleep at night. Maybe that's why I'm not sleeping, because I'm thinking, how do I do that?
Oh my gosh.
When we first started traveling, it was so funny. I had one small bag with clothes in it, and then a bag with accessories and travel stuff, but mostly stitching accessories.
Yep.
And then I had a bag of all my current projects that I thought I might want to work on, and I didn't know if I'd want the big one or the little one or the counted threads or the... Anyway, I couldn't make up my mind, and I took it all.
Yep, you did.
And then I narrowed it down over time, and were you impressed?
Oh, yeah.
At the last retreat we went on,
Yeah.
I think I had 3 project bags with me. That was it.
I know, you did really well.
But I took a recliner. Which I might add will be taking up some space in the back of the van again.
That's all right.
That's important.
That's okay.
That was so funny, though. I told Rick I'll never live down taking a recliner on a retreat.
Nope.
I said, but...
I don't think anybody else has done that yet. Of course, now other people are starting to think,
Did they make
really
those
take my stitching
portable?
chair? We load that sucker in the, we have a nice private elevator to use.
That was
We
funny.
loaded that elevator. Oh my gosh. Everything. And that was hilarious.
What was really comical that year
gosh.
was that here we go. We have 2 vehicles showing up for the retreat. They start unloading and taking and Deb and I are unloading, and we're going all the way up to the room to see it the first time. So we go up there to the condo, we see it, we all have arms full. Then we go back down dutifully all together, and we take another armful, and we go back to the elevator and on our way up, and Lila goes, you know what we do in the summer? We just park the elevator when nobody's around, and we just fill it and then go up once. And I went, oh, I can't believe we didn't even think about that. So that's what we did. We parked it at the bottom. I was in charge of holding the door. And they brought the recliner in for me to sit in. I was like, no, I cannot do that. I can't do that.
That is the funniest thing. Oh my gosh.
But that worked out really well.
It did. Yeah, that worked out well. Luckily, nobody needed to use the elevator.
There was one gentleman staying there.
Yeah.
At the same time he was very pleasant. We encountered him once or twice while we were coming and going. But the rest of the time, it was very quiet.
It was just us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we plan to have as much fun. And I'm thinking that it might be fun to take a couple of things I'm like close to finishing on. It'd be fun to come back with something finished.
Okay.
But then also, you got to have something to start. There's no way you can't not start something.
Yeah.
That's definitely a double negative, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean. Well, at least we had that little Kathy Haberman piece too. We can get that done.
Oh gosh, that's a quickie.
Yeah.
I was thinking back about our trip to Nordic Needle, which was our first pack your bag, get on a plane trip that we took together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I had no idea we could come back with so much.
Oh my gosh, I had to repack my stuff in the airport.
She did. She hit the weight limit.
Yeah. And then they wanted to charge me. I thought, no.
You don't know her very well, do you?
Yeah. I said, I will strap this stuff to myself if I have to, but you're not getting more money out of me.
And when she said that, she looked right at me like, drop them, Liz. You're strapping too.
That's right.
Now I got to carry the load.
Oh, man. Oh, we worked it out.
Oh, and then we almost missed our return flight. That was funny.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was this great concourse. We stopped in Kansas City, wasn't it?
That was all. Was it then?
I think so. And they had a jewelry shop there that I had never seen before where we got our
beautiful. I don't know if it was Kansas. That was gorgeous.
Yep. And so we were shopping.
We were having so much fun.
And enjoying our trip. And then we were hungry. And they had an inside, like it was Italian. Was it?
Oh, so good.
Can't remember the name of it. But we got a table. We're enjoying our meal. And we knew we had like 2 or 3 hours in layover time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I heard our flight number and it said boarding. And I looked at Deb and Deb looked at me and we looked at the clock and it was like, oh my word. We didn't have our check yet. So we had to get the check.
Oh my gosh.
And we had to beat feet really, really fast.
Oh, and run a long way.
We did.
Oh my gosh.
And it wasn't that we couldn't see the check-in counter to our flight from where we were, but the way this mall was, you had to go out the restaurant, then around this complex of restaurants, and then to the entryway to the concourse where we were, and way at the bottom you could see the sign over our little area. Well, we did get there, and when we got there they were announcing that they were doing pre-boarding, and then it was like another, I don't remember how long, but we made sure we were at the right spot. We sat down in the first available chairs, which were practically back at the end of the concourse.
Yeah.
Because it was filled. It was like one of those circle areas where there's multiple gates. So we moved our way out of the seating area and found seats as close as we could get to our gate.
Yeah.
But it was probably close to 2 gates away. And we got to talking again like we do sometimes. And then I heard, this is the final boarding call for, and I went, oh my gosh, they boarded.
When you get on the plane and everybody's looking at you like, seriously, where have you been?
Yes, and I just, that was the funniest thing ever. The very last leg of our trip, and we just about didn't make it.
Maybe we were doing that on purpose.
Maybe. Subconsciously, we did not want to get back here. We cannot end this part of our journey.
Oh, man.
We are busy.
It was fun.
It was. I haven't figured out where we'll go next because we don't know when or what will be available. we didn't get the Fiberfest this year because it wasn't on, and then we didn't get to. We aren't going to the Jamboree, which they are holding, but we just opted to wait until we could just kind of spend time and visit with everybody the same way we always do.
Yeah.
We think that'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did kind of hold out hope that we might have gotten past the point that we're at with this pandemic by the end of summer, but it didn't happen. So.
Yeah.
And then we were going to go to Houston. Also, we were going to go to the Willow Tree Sampler Guild retreat.
Yes.
And that would have been August. And that didn't happen for us either. And they were having a hard time down there. The governor kept going between closing and opening, and Willow wasn't even sure it was going to go down.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a change in our plans there too. But all in all, we've managed to continue our fun.
Yes, definitely. Can't stop us.
Smoke signals. And we'd have the perfect line of sight for it from where we are. I could see your smoke signals from here.
It's true.
Was it last week? We had that day where it was pretty warm and humid during the day. Then it cooled off, and we had fog.
Oh, yes.
Sitting in this valley back here that came off the pond. It's like this, almost looked like somebody trying to send smoke signals, but it was going vertically instead of horizontally.
Exactly, yeah. You could hardly even see the cows in our pasture.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Now it feels like fall again, thankfully. It got a little warm. Well, it got very warm, actually. And very, very humid for a couple days. And I had already shut off the air conditioner. And, of course, then that happens. And, you know, everybody in the house thinks they're dying. I was like, oh, suck it up. You'll
Go
be fine.
to Liz as she runs it all.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always get cool at Aunt Liz's house.
That's
you
right.
don't need it here.
That's right. So, and once Deb shuts that air conditioner off, I do not turn it back on. I like that thing being off.
Nope, I've had to go over and fan her by hand, but she would not turn on the air.
Nope. And our pool got closed yesterday. So, not that we were swimming in it, but it was so pretty to look at. But, oh well.
It is. It's a beautiful setting. Did you notice, this is kind of, there's no segue to this really, because it doesn't have anything to do with what you're saying, except talking about the back of your house and how pretty it is. I was out with Ivan today. Did you get hot over there, buddy?
I know. He's going to keep my feet warm.
Ivan's on the floor here with us in the craft room. The back of Deb's area, she's planted lots of really interesting plants in the landscape, and it has butterfly bushes and different things like that, and so it's fun to sit and watch what shows up. This morning, I was out with Ivan, and I happened to glance up, and I had thought to myself just last week, wow, we have not seen those cicada killers, those locust killers this year.
Really?
And all of a sudden this morning, it was like somebody just lifted a curtain, and they are everywhere out there right now.
Oh, wow. We've had them.
Have you?
Yeah.
I wonder if I wasn't outside at the right time to notice them this year.
I don't know, but you know how, like, once the corn gets cut, that's when all the bugs that were in the cornfields come and hang out at the house. Because, I mean, the stink bugs, the lantern flies, everywhere. Just
we were fortunate.
Gross.
The stink bugs did not hit here like they did at your house.
This was the worst year for them at our house. Worst year.
We did have a good turnout from the lantern flies, though.
You know what? I couldn't even make... I get together with my sister-in-law, and we do grape pies every year. Like, she has an orchard and a farm and stuff that she grew up on. So we get the Concord grapes, and we make grape pie filling from scratch, and it's extremely intensive. It takes like all day to do this, but it is one of my absolute favorite desserts ever. I love grape pie, and I'm not even a grape person. Like, I wouldn't drink grape juice or anything. Well, Wine, yes, but if it's not fermented, no. So these pies are fantastic.
If it doesn't have bubbles, I'm not drinking it.
Yeah, and we couldn't make it this year because the lanternflies got all the grapes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were going to make them with, like, we usually make them with Concord, but this year we were also going to do champagne grapes.
Uh-huh.
Wiped out.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awful.
That is.
No fun.
That is really strange.
But it's really funny because not one thing have they touched in our garden this year.
Well, see,
that
everything I
weird?
read said that they don't do anything but eat the vegetation off the fruit trees and the plants that they land on, like the leaves. But maybe that was too much for the plant and it couldn't put out the grapes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's really,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because our garden's still, you know, we're still getting lots of tomatoes and our lettuce and our kale and spinach and potatoes. I mean, we're still getting lots from our garden, which
Can
is
I get
great.
some kale from you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But no grape pie. Like, I only have 2 bags left.
Do you
to
know I
last me.
still haven't tried that?
Ugh.
I don't think I've ever gotten a piece because they get
Oh.
eaten by your family so quickly.
Well, I'm really stingy about making them because I don't want to waste. I took one to a picnic this weekend, and that's what happened. Most of the people there were like, "Oh, I've never had a grape pie," and they ate it and they're like, "Oh my God, this is awesome! What is the recipe?" You know, so I said it's a lot of work, like all day kind of work, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Because you got to get the skins off the grapes, you know, once you wash them. You got to de-seed them. You got to cook them down. It's a lot. But
So
I have 2 bags left. One will be Thanksgiving because it's definitely got to be my Thanksgiving dessert.
when you de-seed them, as you called it,
You have
do you boil them
one of those,
first? Do you take
that?
the skins off by heating them or anything?
yeah, you do heat them.
Okay.
Yes. What's that
A
called?
colander?
But it has
mortar?
like a,
Like a mortar and pestle
yeah,
sort of
almost
thing?
like a paddle in it that turns around. They're real old.
Okay.
And that is what we use to de-seed them. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway.
I think they also call it sometimes pitting them. But I know you pit olives and you pit
Cherries.
cherries.
Yeah. I don't know about with grapes. I think you just de-seed them, but
De-seed, it sounds like
De-seed.
a action word.
like reseed.
We got
Oh, and we had fair.
yeah.
And Logan did well. He got 2nd place for his steer and 3rd place for both of his pigs. So that was fun. That was fun. I feel like I haven't seen Liz in a week and 2 days. And when I got here today, it was like, it feels like it's been a month
I know. I
since
looked
I've
at her.
seen you.
I looked at her and said, well, let's talk about what family activities we have not seen each other since. And then we went down the list of all the things that have been going on, and we hadn't caught up yet.
Yeah.
I wait every year for a subscription to come in the mail from Primitive Stitcher and Punch Needle. Punch Needle, Primitive Stitcher.
I got mine.
PNPC.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got mine.
I was so excited because the shop had gotten them, but I literally was so disciplined. I left it sit on the shelf. I did not look. I did not want
Aw.
to see it until it was in my hands.
Don't you love that one on the cover?
I do.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
This is the latest issue, and it's the only magazine that I still subscribe to. I glance at them. I buy some if I see them other kinds, but so far as a continued subscription, I really enjoy this one. But there was one in here.
One.
That-
Oh, I love the white pumpkins too. That's pretty.
You could,
Oh my
I
gosh.
could show you this.
I like that one too.
I could turn every page in here, and you would be thrilled with the patterns. But there was one in here that just, I think it was just the content of it. I loved that one.
That one's cute too. Yep.
Where is the? Come on.
I love looking.
Oh,
at
that's
these.
where I saw. It was not Floss Tube. I misspoke. This is where I saw
Oh, that's
Teresa's
the penny.
pattern.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
It wasn't Floss
Yeah,
Tube.
yeah,
It was on here.
yeah.
It's in the magazine. This is the one that Teresa did from
That is
Shakespeare's
cool.
Peddler.
I did not get through the whole book yet.
I thought that was really cute.
I love it. That's awesome.
I did like that one.
Mm-hmm. That one's pretty. I like.
There we go.
Yeah, that's nice. Isn't that pretty? But I think this is really cool with that spider web and stuff and the cat. That's just really fun too.
Really nice punch needle. I like it. Okay, that's the one you already showed.
I love that one.
For stitching, this one really jumped out at me. This is
Who's
by,
that
Sub Rosa Design.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
Isn't
pretty.
that a pretty little sampler?
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, this literally is
There's so much in that book.
every page. There's something and really interesting information as well.
Yeah.
Lots of good articles.
That's so pretty.
Yes. And finishing tips by Vanna. There's the continued series pattern by Real Housewives. And I think they call theirs a pumpkin. Did they call theirs? Anyway, it's in there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is. And I think they do one fall sunflowers, that's what they called it. And it's got a barn with sunflowers and piggies. Isn't it funny? I was thinking to myself, why is it that every season has certain things that come about? This time of year, for me, big spiders. I could live without them. I don't know why we have to have them this time of year.
Oh.
And the webs are,
Yeah.
You don't see them at night. You take the dog out. They go from the tree to the fence. And it's reinforced with something that doesn't break.
Yeah.
So you walk into it and you've gotten caught in this thing. Oh. I know that people have probably called to see about committing me. Because when I walk out with Ivan, I take my second cane and I go up and down with it in front of me to break all the spider webs. So I'm walking and I'm killing the spiders at the same time.
Oh my gosh. I have to. We had neighbors that lived next to us when we lived in our townhouse in Corryville, and she came over here from China, and oh gosh, she was the sweetest young lady, and she married an American here. And so she didn't, have a lot of friends or anything because she had just come over here from China, didn't speak very, very good English. And we just became friends. She was pregnant and just, I wanted to help her out any way I could, So we got to be very close. And her little boy was born the same time of year, but just 1 year later than Logan.
Okay.
So I would always save all Logan's clothes and give them to Yanling because it just worked perfectly, It was like, yes,
Yep.
That was great. And so throughout our friendship, she would make certain things for me. And one time before Halloween, she made this wooden box that when you slid the lid over, there was this big black spider that was on this like hook thing that when you slid the lid, at the same time you're sliding the lid, the spider comes out and lands on your hand. Oh my word.
On my hand.
Wow. I kept that thing for so many years and got so many people with that because it just looks like a wooden box, right? And so I would bring it to people and be like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing. Matt caught me the neatest thing in here. Oh, you can go ahead and open it. It's okay. Just slide the top. And when they would slide it, that thing got thrown so many times. It was awful. It was the scariest thing, but it was so cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my gosh. And the way that design was, as soon as you slid it back, that spider came out and it like touched your hand. Oh gosh. It was awful. Oh gosh.
I could not do that.
But that was really cool though. It was awful, but it was cool.
Yep. I guess once you got used to it.
No, you never. That's the thing. You never got used to it.
So it still could bug you.
I knew it was going to get me every time, and still, oh, gosh. That was awful.
Well, I thought I could fill in this last hole by just stitching in a couple stitches, but it's way too obvious.
No?
So I'm going to have to...
Gonna rip?
take the top part
Oh,
out too.
hey, we made 12,000 subscribers.
Yes, we did. Thank you all very much for your support.
Yes.
And welcome to all our new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to consider doing that so that you don't miss out on your opportunities for subscriber tributes and giveaways and goodies.
Should we talk about our, let's just announce our 12,000 giveaway. Why not, right?
All right.
Want to?
Sure.
Yes. All right. So you had seen that Liz was going to do a fob for
Yes.
you.
And I did.
And if we didn't lose him,
And it'll look a lot like this.
I was going to say, I saw him earlier.
It has a different finish to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where it is. I think I may have taken it out in the room because I need to put the beads on with the crow.
and
I
the crow,
added the crow,
yeah.
but I want to add the black beads to
Okay. So it'll look like this guy. He's so darn cute.
it. He is cute.
Mm-hmm. And also, sorry, Ivan, coming down, buddy. We also have another gift. So we'll have 2 winners for the 12,000 subscriber winner. One will be the scarecrow, and then one will be the wooden house that goes with this pattern, and we're going to call it Toy Shop.
Good job.
Once you stitch the pattern, it goes in this wood frame.
Yes.
And there's also a handmade little elf guy that goes on the finished piece also.
And the story behind that pattern is that that's a relatively local artist. So these were marketed at our local stitching shop, the Cross Stitch Cottage. Back in the 90s was when I found this series. And I think you've seen, if you've watched before, that I'm working on one that was from my mother's stitching stash. But that designer is local. So these, I think, were only...
Wanda Zellers?
Yeah, does it say on there where? Okay. I'm not sure why I have the idea that it was local. Maybe it's not, but she was in Cross Stitch Cottage. All of her things were in there for sale.
Okay.
And
Okay. But yes, so there'll be 2 winners. If you're interested, in your comments, if you're interested in the scarecrow, please leave the word scarecrow in your comment. If you're interested in this set, please leave the words toy shop.
Toy shop.
If you're interested in both, just make sure you have the word toy shop and scarecrow in your comment. And thank you. Please be a subscriber. And on our next video, then, we will announce the winners for these pieces.
And please make sure that when you put in, and I will put what needs to be a comment in the description of the video, but please be sure that you, for the purposes of the giveaway, put scarecrow all together as one word in the comment. Not toy shop, that makes sense that those are 2 words, but scarecrow, let's do it all one word. And that way I'll be able to make sure you're included.
Yeah,
I use a random generator that has a field for what I'm searching on, and I can't put in 4 options for that.
Right.
Well, I could. I'm not going to. I'm going to have 1. And so we're going to do it that way.
Okay. And also, on our last video, we had mentioned a giveaway for 2 samplers.
Yes.
Earth Laughs sampler and the Stitcher's Dream sampler.
A lot of interest in those samplers.
Yes. And so the winner, I'm not sure how to say your first name, so I'm just going to show you. This is your YouTube name. So if that is you, please get a hold of me. My email address is
And what's her last name?
Powell, Powell.
Okay.
It's Maaike, Powell. And you will be receiving the 2 samplers. My email address is in our description box, which is right under our video. And then I'll get your address from you and send that off. Thank you. Okay.
This is too funny. Only I could do this. I'm working down to take out the stitching, and I get it all the way down, and I think that the last one I'm going to pull is going to pull the loose thread out. I'm going to be at the end, and it's a perfect spot to go to stop. And now I have 2 threads.
Oh no.
Not 1 to work with. No, I did something right. How How you stitch is important if you have to unstitch.
That's right. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been pulling out your threads and gone from either stitching English to stitching Danish, so that instead of crossing them each time for one small section, you just did a couple half stitches and back? Then you're frogging and taking out your stitching, and all of a sudden, that didn't work. What did I do? And then you realize you changed up your stitching.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one who did that. I'm glad to know I'm not. You're as weird as I am.
I am. I are.
Ta-da!
Did you get it finally?
That was the culprit.
All right.
Now I have 2 ends, and I can bring that up again.
You even wine stained your wood.
I know, it's terrible.
Oh my.
And only somebody who's had this accident would, well, no, maybe other people would guess what it was, but it's pretty obvious if you've ever spilled your wine.
Well, if we can coffee and tea stain our fabric, why can't we wine stain our fabric, darn it? Hey, Deb, how'd you get that color?
It was a combination
of Merlot and... Oh my gosh.
Here's a question I had, and this is only me. This would only come to my mind, my warped little mind. While I was cleaning it up, I thought to myself, why do I drink red wine anyway? I should drink white wine, and then this wouldn't be a problem. Does white wine have that sediment in it that red wine does? That, like when I was blotting this, you could actually see like where the alcohol and fluid was and where the actual pulp of the red sediment was.
Yeah,
on the
that
fabric.
happened to me too. Yeah.
It was really different.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe a white grape, nobody would notice. So here's the deal. On the nights that I stitch and drink wine, it has to be white only.
Yeah, but see, we're getting into the red wine time, because red wine you drink more in the fall and the winter.
Okay.
Because you drink it at room temperature, and it's just more of a, I don't know, you're eating all those hearty meals. And at least that's how I am. In the summer, I feel like I drink more white because it's crisp and cool, and you drink it cold.
And you got seafood and chicken
and just
all
salads.
kinds of,
Yes.
I was trying to think the other day. I was trying to change up the menu. I have already done chicken corn soup this year, as well as chili. And I was thinking it might be soon time for a big pot of vegetable soup.
Oh my gosh, I made the best vegetable beef soup.
Recently?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
I have got to.
I love to make soups.
Well, I really like and appreciate what they do for you as a stitcher, because I can get 2 or 3 nights out of the same big old crock pot of soup. Diminishes the time I spend in the kitchen significantly. Plus, if like, say I have an appointment or I'm going to be gone or whatever, like we're getting together, it's so much easier to have something like that on hand that you can heat up. But today is kind of nice because, wrong thread to pull this. When I left yesterday to come home, because I was visiting at Stitches Unlimited, I got to a place where I was there late. I was just kind of passing time, and I thought, you know what? I passed Jimmy John's. Have you ever heard of that? It's a sandwich shop.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Subway,
Oh.
only it's a different franchise, obviously. And so somebody had told me that they have good subs. Now, I've also heard of another one called the Primonti Brothers or something like that, and they supposedly have really good sandwiches too. So I thought, I will go see about Jimmy John's. So I pulled in, went through the drive-thru. I texted Rick in advance. I said, go online, look at the sandwiches, pick one. And I brought home their subs. So we actually didn't, either one of us, finish our 8-inch sub. So we're going to finish it tonight. So
There you
we'll have
go.
2 nights with the sub.
There you go.
It was funny because he got a roast beef also, which is what I ordered. But he ordered a roast beef and turkey, and I was content with just roast beef.
Yeah.
So I got roast beef with all the side trimmings, you know, mayo, lettuce, mayonnaise, tomato, cheese. They only carry provolone though.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't like provolone, then you just don't have any other choices. Too bad. But I was pleased. What I really liked about it is the bread is thin. It has a really nice crust on it, but it's thin, so you don't feel like all you're getting is a baguette.
Yeah.
And the sandwiches were not overstuffed, but yet very filling. So we enjoyed them, and we'll probably try some of their other sandwiches down the road.
Yeah, now you're making me hungry.
I think we eat our subs because we really like the chips we found. I do like this better. I'm glad I did this because this was
good.
definitely gonna
That is so pretty.
sit better when I put that down.
I love that stitch with that thread.
Thank you. I like it too. It's a good choice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I only have one arm left to go, and now that I figured out on the arm, the bolster, that the pattern that you have to stitch, it won't take me as long to stitch that one. I was busy counting it out to figure out how to make it lay. What happened is that the stitch guide shows that you stitch the red over 3 stitches, or 3 threads, I'm sorry, the white over 2 each, and the green over 2. So it's 3 for red and 2 over 2 for every other color.
Okay.
Well, that is not how this is painted. If you look at that.
Yeah, you had sure. Yeah, that's right.
So once I figured out that by starting with the center red line and then just counting out, it worked fine.
Okay.
It'll make this next one much easier, but I just had to work through that initially. Something else I'm working through too, but it's sort of a design issue.
Okay.
It's on, it's a Christmas present for a young lady, we'll leave it at that, who may or may not be a granddaughter. And it has something to do with something that she's recently taken an interest in. And I'm sort of laying out a design. The pattern itself is designed by someone else, but it's what I'm doing with the pattern. I'm taking some pieces and making something different out of it.
Aww.
And hopefully it'll do the trick, but I'm not sure when I'll finish that or even get through mapping it out. But you have the rest of your week, or I should say weekend now at this
I was
point.
going to say, today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Logan and I, we have appointments tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Fun stuff, or?
it's fine. And then Saturday we're going dress shopping. And Sunday, I don't think we have anything after church yet. Anyway, we probably will, but I don't know if we'll check out another dress shop on Sunday or not. I'm not sure. So, and I think it's supposed to be a nice weekend, weather-wise. Yeah. And the boys will be hunting Saturday.
Oh yeah. And what are they hunting?
Deer.
Whereabouts?
Maryland. I think they're going to be in Maryland this weekend. I'm not positive.
We don't start here till after Thanksgiving, right?
No, we're talking archery.
Oh, that's right, archery. They start early.
Yeah. And this might be the weekend we start here. I can't remember.
Okay.
All I need to know is, are you going to be home or not? That's all.
Well, put us on the list, will you?
Oh, you need deer?
Yes, please. I need lots of roast beefy kind of deer. Still got some steaks, and I do have a little bit of hamburger left, but I'd love to get some more hamburger and a couple of roasts.
Roast. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okie dokie.
Be wonderful.
You got
We
it.
had, oh man, I think I've talked about it before about how good that last deer was that we got from Matt.
Yeah.
But I cooked a roast, one of the couple that we got out of it, because it just didn't, they all have different builds, and it didn't produce the same percentage of different cuts as the other one I had before.
Yeah, right.
And so I had never tried too many roasts, but this one, when I did cook it, because I thought, you know what, I'm going to see how this comes out. Oh my word. Rick said it was by far the best roast he'd ever had. And
Aw,
yeah, I was happy
that's a
with
big
that.
compliment. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Nice.
the flavor was just delish. And, you know, venison can be a little bit drier meat because it's not as fatty.
Yeah, there's not much fat.
And this, Deb, it fell apart.
Good.
It just fell apart. I
Good.
didn't have to use a
Good.
knife.
Yeah, and it depends on like the age of the deer. Was it a doe? Was it a buck?
Yeah.
It just depends. They can all taste different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, because there's nothing
Well.
worse than not getting a good roast when you put all the time into doing it and everything, and you get one and it's just not quite that flavorful.
I know. Yeah, I agree. Well, my dear, we better wrap this up.
Is it time?
It's time.
All right.
It's that time.
Tis-
Oh, people wanted the recipe for the pumpkin dip that I was telling you about McKenna loves. It's so easy. I just got it off Pinterest. It's cream cheese, pumpkin pie spice, and 10x sugar. That's all it is. And then you just eat it with ginger snaps or what else have we dipped in it? Graham crackers,
Mm.
little like wafer cookies. But ginger snaps are the best, I think,
They were
to dip in
good.
there. Yeah, good stuff.
Do you want me to put
So-
that in the little... Is it available still out on Pinterest?
Oh yeah, you
okay.
just type in pumpkin
Pumpkin.
dip, and there's different recipes, but that's the one I use.
Okay.
You know, some of them use Cool Whip. I don't use Cool Whip. Some of them use a few different ingredients, but that's it. Easy peasy.
Well, I got that taken care of.
Well, we will see you probably next week with maybe a regular standard video. Oh, look how pretty!
Yeah, that came out nice. I'm glad I filled that in.
Nice.
That's one of those things you'll regret if you don't change it.
Right. I love that velvet thread. That's so pretty.
And our next video, you should be able to find some finishes in it.
Ah, not from me.
Well, you never know, right?
That's true.
You never know. Who knows? You might find something to do.
Miracles happen.
You are going to be a busy woman, that's for sure.
Yeah,
You are.
it's a busy time. Busy.
And we thank you for spending time with us.
Yes, thank you. All right, my dear.
As always, share the joy of needlework.
Oh, I missed it.
Try
See?
again.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Ready.
As always,
Share the joy of needlework.
Bye-bye.
See ya.